Hi, this is Aditya from Just Tutors, and in this video we are going to learn about motion and time. So today we'll be covering three subtopics. We'll learn about motion and time, then we'll move on to speed, and at the end we'll learn about the measurement of time. So talking about motion first, we've already learned this in 6th grade, the different types of motion. So first one on the list is rectilinear motion. So another name for rectilinear motion is straight line motion. So whenever an object travels in a straight line, it is said to be in rectilinear motion. The best example would be light ray. We all know that light travels in a straight line. The next kind of motion would be circular motion. So whenever an object moves along a circular path or seem to be covering the circumference of a circle, the object is said to be in circular motion. One such example would be a car moving on a circular path. Last but not the least, it's the periodic motion. So whenever the motion of an object is repeated in equal intervals of time, it is said to be in periodic motion. An example for that would be the motion of a bob in a simple pendulum. So can you think of some more examples of each type of motion? Also, as you seek out examples for these motions, see that some of them are fast while some of them are slow. Now we will move ahead and learn about speed. So think, how do you decide whether an object or a person is moving faster or slower than the other object or person? Think about how have you decided on the previous page which motion is fast or which one is slow. So the obvious answer would be we decide this by comparing the speeds. Now speed of an automobile is the total distance covered divided by the total time taken. We also have a formula for that right here. So it's the total distance covered divided by the total time at the bottom. Also, the distance moved by an object in a unit time is called speed. So let's say that we say the car moves at a speed of 60 kilometers an hour. Now this means that the car has traveled a distance of 60 kilometers in 1 hour, or can travel another 60 kilometers in another hour. Now the speed can stay constant and also vary. An object moving along a straight line with a constant speed is said to be in uniform motion. Now a given example right here is when a train is going along the tracks at a steady speed. Another example would be a cooling fan running at a fixed speed. So both of these objects are exhibiting uniform motion. Also, if the speed of the object moving along the straight line keeps changing, so the body is said to be performing non-uniform motion. One such example would be a rolling ball on a steep slope, or it may be the raindrops when it rains. The basic unit of speed, it's given here in the think bubble, is meter per second. Now this comes from the formula that we just learned. Total distance covered is calculated in meters and the total time taken is calculated in seconds. So that makes the unit meters per second. Now we come to the measurement of time. Now we can measure it using different techniques. Like when we talk about a month, it's basically the period of one moon to another, or when we talk about a day, it's from one sunrise to other. But if we have to measure the precise and short intervals of time, we use the clocks and the watches, which are instruments that we use nowadays to measure time. Now earlier we used to measure time with the help of periodic motions. One of the most well-known periodic motion is that of a simple pendulum. Now as you can see in the figure, the pendulum is at rest when it's at its mean position, which is B. When the bob of the pendulum is released after taking it slightly onto one side, it begins to move to and fro. Now the to and fro motion of the simple pendulum is an example of a periodic motion. We also call this an oscillatory motion. Now the pendulum completes one oscillation when its bob moves from one extreme position A in here to the other extreme position B, okay, that would be C in this case, and comes back again to the mean position. Now the time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation is called the time period of the simple pendulum. Now this, for a given pendulum, is most of the time constant. Okay, so now we are on to the practice questions. So pause the video and try to attempt these questions on the basis of whatever we have learned so far. I will also provide the answers for these questions so that you can check whether you are correct about them or not. Now these are the answers to the question. You had to classify these motions whether in a straight line or circular or oscillatory. Now just to let you know, another name for periodic motion is oscillatory motion, and that of straight line motion is rectilinear motion. We've also got some more questions here, so pause the video again and try to attempt these. So these are the answers to the question. Try and check which one of them are correct and which one of them are not. So that would be all for today. Thanks for watching. For more, please visit justtutors.com.